My name is Savannah, and I'm part of the color guard here in the Laker Marching Band at Grand Valley State University. Well, I wanted to join color guard here because I did it in high school, and I really liked it then. And I joined it in high school just because my brother just told me to. And ever since then, I fell in love with the environment. And having an artistic ability to be able to do something outside of my science classes and things like that really gives me a rounded out experience in my college experience. So we don't necessarily do the playing of marching band, which is what a lot of people think. But I think we bring a really good visual aspect, especially to people who maybe can't hear, which is what I really like to think about. Color guard includes the flags. We also have swing flags, which are like the shorter flags, rifles, sabers, and blades. We don't use all equipment in color guard here at Grand Valley. We only use the flags and the swing flags mostly for the marching band shows, but in the winter season we'll do the rifles as well. So normally about a half an hour to an hour before practice, the sections will alternate on who sets up, and so we'll paint the field and then we'll set up all the mics, and then normally we have about 15 to 20 minutes of sectionals and warm-up time, and then we run through all the songs for the show together, and then we normally do drill and run the shows, and then we end with pregame. The work that I do in color guard compared to other athletes or band members could be more depending on the show, but compared to the band members, we have additional sectionals on days we don't rehearse or extra sectionals after or before practices, and we don't have sheet music, so we have to learn all of our choreography outside of class. I think people think too low of marching band sometimes because it's hard. For college, I feel like it's a little different because we do have a new halftime show every home game, but I do think that color guard would be a sport as far as the marching band as well, because we rehearse a lot and it's physical exertion, so I would think that it would be a sport. We also have competitive seasons. In the wintertime, we have indoor color guard competitions that I've been a part of. I think the most negative thing about being part of the color guard is not necessarily the color guard, but the entire band. I love my band members, but there's also a lot of us, and sometimes I feel like they undermine the color guard because we don't actually play an instrument and we're not really as worthy to them, or we're not necessary. When the band talks about how we're not necessary or they judge us for some reason, it kind of brings me down because we don't play an instrument, we're not necessary, and there's a lot of bands that don't have color guards at all. But that's like the give and take, is because every day I'm like, I don't want to go to band. I don't want to go to band rehearsal because we always get, it's really hard. And sometimes I'm in practice and I'm like, why do I do this? Why do I just spin this flag around while people are playing instruments behind me? But I think the fun part for me is the performance aspect of it, like getting able to perform in Lubbers Stadium in front of thousands of people. It's great. Just being on the field when people are there and they're cheering for us, that's the best feeling in the world, so you can't give that up. I feel like that was so bad. I feel like that was literally so bad.
Can I ask 2 questions just to round it out?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like that was so bad. Anchor up.